Hey, hey, welcome. Okay, I'm super dark on YouTube. Okay, YouTube, this is the first time that I have been on YouTube in a while. We're going to get back to that. We are on, what are you? Facebook and TikTok. Okay. I felt like I needed the Instagram, so we're going to be on multiple sites soon. Once we have our full launch, um, marketing launch put together. So wait for that. And I don't know, like, what is going on? Why me so dark on Instagram? I mean, on YouTube. Jeez, Louise. Hey, baby daddy. Hey, Kamisha. Welcome. Okay, so we got our Palo Santo lit so we can have protection here. Spirit team of the collective, speak truth to power tonight. Give us the insight that we need. Also, give us divine protection as we source your information to help guide and lead us. Okay, for those who don't know, my name is Randa. I am the lead consultant at Little Pro Education Group. This is our spiritual division where we not only tap into divine spiritual insights in order to help us on our path, but we also teach you how to do this yourself. We have a course called Speak Lord More Than a Tarot Course. The information is in our bio and it is linked on Facebook as well as YouTube in the description box. So if you're interested in learning how to do the tarot in a very safe, productive, divine manner in order to push you forward on your path, in order to break generational curses and negative cycles, child, click the link. We do have premium seats where you can start immediately with your healing and growth. We also have free seats, and with those free seats, you can learn the same things, but you don't have as many bells and whistles. Okay. So you can look at that at your leisure. I'm also accepting um, free consultations for you to find out more to see if it's a fit for you. So check out that link. Okay. So we're accepting free questions. Um, I'm going to do a very quick thingamajiggy. If you have, hey, Barack, welcome. Hey, Fear Dreams. Hey, anyway. If you have a question, put it in the comment section. On TikTok, you want to keep your questions cut and pasted so you don't have to retype it. And when I opened up the door for the questions, the first one to come up in the chat is the one that I'm going to answer. It is the easiest way to monitor. Hey, Barack. Barack knows the cheat sheet. Barack knows the cheat sheet. Okay, so on YouTube, we're on YouTube tonight as well. Hey, Tiana. Hey, it's Morgie. Welcome. Hey, Lady B, welcome. Hey, Jacqueline, welcome. Put your questions in the comment section. Spirit team of the collective, speak with the power. Give us your highest good message for the collective. Thank you. Okay. The first card that I saw underneath the deck was the Seven of Swords, right? This is a deception. This is someone trying to steal, trying to take from you. whether it is deceptive, like playing games with your mind, whether it is actually physically stealing something from you. Because look at this guy, he's stealing 5 swords, but swords are thought cards, right? But there's some deception within our lives, and it was the bottom of the deck when I picked the deck up. And it has come out into the reading. So Spirit really wants us to look at that. You need to play defense against this. You need to protect your property because there are people and situations coming at you. This has already started because this is in the past position, right? And if you do the work to protect yourself, boom, you're going to infiltrate what they have planned for you, okay? Yep, divine justice is going to rule in your favor. So it's like a lot of times we get spiritually very lazy minded and we just want to pray for stuff and have it show up. It does not work like that. Faith without work is dead. You have to do work in order to have things exacted. Can you pray for something and it happens? Absolutely. But when we get lazy and we do not listen to Spirit and we do not do the work that we need to do, a lot of times those things falter. Okay. So be very aware. Okay. So Barack has a question on Facebook. Why do I feel like I have some kind of time blockage and how can I overcome it? Barack, explain what you mean by time blockage. What does that mean for you? Hey, Sid. Hey, Original Charm. Hey, Macy. Hey, Alice. Hey, Gabby. Hey, Thad. Hey, Zaza. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have any questions, cut and paste it. After I finish this read, I will get to the first person who puts it in the chat. I'm not sure if you heard my question, Barack, or if you're answering, but what do you mean by time blockage? Okay, Squid on TikTok wants to know, hi, what can I focus on to embrace my true self more? That's a great question, Squid. Hold on for a second. We're on Facebook. Not time, I mean blockage just in general. I don't know. It's like I'm depressed. Got you. Okay. Spirit team of Barack, speech of the power. Thank you. Thank you. Give us love. You need to clear your energy. You need to clear your energy. Spirit team of Barack, speak truth to power. Give us love, light, grace, mercy, infinite wisdom, and knowledge. What does he need to do? He feel like there is a block and he is depressed. Okay. First, you need to stay your ass about the streets. Hey, Trey, welcome. You need to step out the streets, right? Within the streets, we're in very crazy times right now, not only politically, economically, socially, but also spiritually. The enemy of God is all out in these streets, and they are going to trigger people, right? Hey, Chrissy. Absolutely, Chrissy. There's a small line. They're going to trigger people to come against you, right? They're going to trigger people to do work on you or to give you the evil eye, right? And you don't even know, right? But your spirit can pick up on this. You have to stay up out these streets so you can stay up out of the enemy's plan against you, right? You have a great offer that's coming to you that's already been enacted, but it's taking sweet time to get to you. So you may want to see this offer manifest. You want to know it and you want to feel it right now. But it takes time. You need to be ready for this, right? Because we can F up a good thing. Have you ever seen where people won millions upon millions upon millions? We're not talking about 1 or 2 million. We're talking about millions in the lotto and they lose it. Or people who get a lucrative deal in sports, and they, next thing you know, they're filing bankruptcy, they're broke. If you're not ready for a blessing, you will lose it. So you really need to get ready right now. You need to not do anything. You need to stay still. If you ever heard in Christianity, be still. Because when you are still, as the hangman position is showing, right, you're going to get God's light and guidance, right? And you need that. And notice that the light is around the cranium. You need to fill yourself with God's insight. And then you're going to be moving towards clearer water, right? And it doesn't feel great right now. This is the depression that you talk about. Look at how this person's head is hung a little bit low, right? And this person is helping them go towards clearer waters because right now the waters are rocky. So this is where you're at right now, but you're going to be going towards clearer waters if you take this advice. Think about the last time you asked a question the other day. And spirit gave you the answer. Now is through my voice, right? And that's what some people cannot delineate. They cannot separate a spiritualist from the spiritual message, right? But I pray to your spirit team. That's God. That's your high vibrational ancestors, your spirit guides, guardian angels, saints, orishas, archangel, angels, ascended masters, all of these entities that God has had with you on your path since you were conceived, protecting you, right? Protecting your divine right, and your elevation. And you immediately rejected what Spirit said, what Spirit told me to say, and you came up with your own solution. Can't I just pray? Hey, Nene, welcome. Can't I just pray? So you revert to an ineffective, brainwashed perspective. Ask yourself, historically, since the European slave trade, right? How has just praying worked out? I'll wait, right? And so you need to become more knowledgeable spiritually. You need to learn how to listen to God's voice and then be obedient. This is why God is telling you to be still right now and learn. Get more insight. Because once you understand how God speak and the good spirits speak to you directly, then you're going to learn how to understand what they're saying and how, therefore, to be obedient. Trust me, you're not going to break the blockages. So you have one particular blockage in your life that you have to clear, and that's the court case, right? Have you cleared that? I guarantee you haven't, right? So you need to start listening. Okay, so I hope that helped. Okay, so between YouTube and TikTok, the first person to put their question in, cut and paste your question. Okay. Yep, but you have to put your question in, Chrissy. You got to put your question in. Okay, Chrissy wants to know what's coming towards me. Whoop. Get your questions ready. Spirit team of Chrissy, speak truth to power. Give us love, light, grace, mercy, infinite wisdom, and knowledge. We give you love, thanks for your direction and your divine insight. Please guide your daughter, decrease me and increase you so that she knows who and what to listen to. Okay. Okay. So overall energy, Chrissy, you have the Fool card. This is the first spiritual card in the deck. It is number 0. Spiritual cards are God level energy, right? This is elevating to a certain point where you are trusted and afforded a new spiritual beginning because you have earned it, okay? But there's a caveat to this. We collectively and individually are getting the 4 coins. So I cannot stress enough. Keep your ass out them streets. Do not go to nightclubs. Do not go to large gatherings. Do not go, try to stay away from airports, on planes as much as possible. Sporting events, concerts, stay your ass out the streets because it's a matter of protection. Okay. Also, the enemy is going to be lurking in those streets and is going to instigate people coming at you spiritually. So protect yourself. For you specifically, right? There is a big boom effect. This is an upending. This is very negative and disastrous if you do not stay out the street. So, Chrissy, you in particular can waste or negate this new beginning by not listening to spirit and staying out of these streets, right? You may think you've been in the streets before, you've gone to events before, nothing has happened. I'm not going to listen. This is going to be dangerous for you specifically. Now, everybody's getting this, but everybody is not getting this, right? And so, what happens if you do not listen to spirit is that decision to not listen is going to mess up this new beginning, right? The 8 of Swords is a self-imposed prison. Swords are thoughts, right? And so I'm trying to get it so it's in everybody's shot. Right here, you have water, right? This water is low tide because the body of water is back here. So high tide is coming in. So you not listening to spirit, you have in your own mind, you thinking everything is sweet and safe, is going to end up being dangerous for you. Okay. Specifically you said love. Hold on. Spirit team of Chrissy. She specifically wants to know about love. I did not see that. So I did not see love on purpose because spirit needed to get that message out. Ooh, girl. Okay. So, Chrissy, you have this divine masculine. He is a good father. He is a good husband. He is solid during emotional upheaval times, whether it's familial, whether it's business. Thank you for all the likes and the gifts on TikTok. He's really, really good, right? However, spirit has told you about this person in the past and you have not listened. You are not considering them because of X, Y, and Z. You're focused on something else. Maybe you know this person from past and you were focusing on what it's not giving or what it gave before, and not listening to spirit. Spirit is trying to hand you this cup of emotions that is representing what this situation can be with this divine masculine. And your arms are crossed, your legs are crossed, you're totally against it. But this is a part of your love path, right? Whether this person is going to be your end game, your life partner or not, remains to be seen. But if you do not walk the path to figure out what it is Spirit is trying to tell you about this person, then you may end up failing in your love purpose and calling in the same old, because this person has a very valuable lesson for you. Okay? So I hope that helped, honey bunny. Best wishes. Okay. Next person to put their question in the chat. One question per person. One question per person. Okay. So Dio says, will me and Kelly be back together? Okay. Spirit team of Dio, I think you've asked it before. Clearing the energies of the deck until the spirits tell me to stop. Spirit team of Dio, speak truth to power. Give us love, light, grace, mercy, infinite wisdom, and knowledge. What's the current energy of this connection, Dio and Callie? Are they going to get back together? What do you need Dio to know? Thank you. What do you need Dio to know? Boom. All right. You asked this question before. I do not remember what the answer is. Hey, Squid. Oh, Squid. I got to get back to you, Squid. Sorry. I'm going to do you next, Squid, because I did read your question before. The way that it works here is that after I'm done with the reading, the next person that lists their question gets it read. But I remember reading your question, so I don't want you to think that I'm ignoring you. So I'm going to answer you next. Okay, so Dio. It's really important, this is for everyone, that when you get readings online, especially if you're asking the same question, that you write down the specific question that you ask and you write down the answers that you get. You keep a spiritual journal. All readers do not use God's energy, and they do not use the good spirit's energy. Just know that, right? It's really important that you learn how to tap into the energies yourself and you get to know your creator, whatever you believe in, even if you just believe in the higher self, yourself, so that you can get these insights yourself so that you can grow and build. No, Dio, I meant a different day because I remember the name Callie. And this is going to really be important. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards here. 7 is a divine number, right? When it comes to your purpose, if you do this work, right, you're going to be successful in your love life, right? So first you have the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups represents happy home, happy family, happy emotional status. This is the most happiness that you can be afforded, right? This is very happy. It also represents an end to a struggle, holding too much of a burden by yourself. It's an ending and a new beginning all rolled up into one. So God has afforded that to you, right? That already has been allocated, right? But there's some type of deception that's here in this situation between you and Callie, right? These 3 cards represent current energy. There's some type of deception. There is lost energy that's here crying over spilled milk. And while you are crying over spilled milk, you're ignoring your love, right? 2 cups represents love, right? And so while you're ignoring your love, you are staying in this low vibrational energy. And so you need support from a person who is divinely connected to spirit, right? The swords represents thoughts, and the king is the highest person in this in each suit, right? So this person has mastered their connection to the on high. So when they are making decisions and giving advice from the throne, it is connected. So you need support from someone who is divinely connected, has the knowledge, and is unbiased in your situation because of this deception and this tendency to focus on the negative and ignoring your love. It's hard for you to get out of this mental and emotional energy. And this person can help you get out of that energy, right? Spirit has already spoken to you about this situation and have given you insight, right? So whether it was via me, someone else, or directly to yourself, because the questions that you come online and ask, or call a spiritualist or whatever and ask, your higher self already knows, right? Spirit has already been giving you insight about this, but your arms across, your legs across, you're refusing what spirit has already told you. And when you're, again, focused on these 3 cups, look at how you're focused on the 3 cups here, refusing what spirit has given you. And here you're focused on the losses that are here, right? You're focused on the 3 cups, right? So by being disobedient and not hearing what it has to say, right? And you're focusing on these 3 cups, that's where you're going to stay, right? Because you need the 4th cup in order to get to the 5th cup, the 6th cup, the 7th cup, the 8th cup, the 9th cup to get to your 10 of cups. So to get to this promised land, you have to start listening to spirit and stop being hard-headed. This is exactly what this card means, is hard-headedness, because you're going to end up in a crash out situation, tower moment. You are putting yourself in a cycle where you are not on your divine path, and God or a negative entity is going to catch you slacking, and it is going to be disastrous. Look at these people falling out of the tower. Okay. So you have work that you need to do in order for that not to happen, right? But you have to recognize the patterns. And oh, you may have accidentally left the live. Well, child, go on my Facebook page, because this is where it stands up. It stays. It stays. I keep the live up. I don't know how to do that here on TikTok. I will try again. But yeah, Spirit is basically saying you need to join our course, Speak Lord More Than a Tarot course, because you're headed for disaster because of your mindset and your inability or lack of desire to open up and listen to spirit directly yourself. Okay. So I hope that helped. Okay. Sydney, are you here? Squid, are you here? Squid, are you here? Mm. From what I saw, you don't listen. You don't listen to them. Dio, got you, Squid. Hold on. From what I saw, from what Spirit has told me, I don't know your practice, whether you're tapping into high energies. You're not listening to them. Um, and so there is a possibility, but there's a caveat, right? And if you're not listening to the caveat, that potential turns into a no, right? Because you're not putting yourself in a position. Trust me, honey, take the course. We have premium seats, but we also have free seats. And I will teach you how to do this thing right, how to read for yourself right, and make sure that you're tapping in. Okay? All right, Squid. Sorry about that. Squid is next. What can I focus on to embrace my true self more? That's such a great question, Sydney. Hold on. Cut and paste your questions. After I finish with Sydney, I'm going to open it back up. First one to put their question in the comment box. TikTok will go next. Spirit team of Sydney, thank you. Speak truth to power. Give us love, light, grace, mercy, infinite wisdom, and knowledge. Decrease me and increase you. Give her the highest good message regarding what can she focus on to really honor her true self. You need to focus on your mental, your thought processes, especially as it pertains to happiness, emotional security, a fulfilling home life, and love. Familial love, romantic love, platonic love, all of that, right? So you need to raise your mental consciousness about the true possibilities of happiness, because God is going to open up a door of opportunity, and you need to be ready for this opportunity, right? This could be a part of your nuclear family that you were born into, or the family that you've created or can create. And we don't want to separate our friends and our romantic love as well, because they're a part of all all of that is a part of our love picture, right? This 10 of cups. And so the good spirits want to rule in your favor, right? But it's difficult for them to come and guide and aid you when this low vibrational doubt, fear, anxiety exists. We have to raise our vibrations in order to be ready for spirit to rule in our favor. Think about you taking someone to court, and you just keep saying during your testimony, I know I'm not going to win. Oh, right? How can the courts rule in your favor if you're speaking against it? So mentally, when you're thinking, feeling, speaking against, your highest good, it's difficult for them to rule in your favor, because even if they give you something, we end up losing it or parts of it, because of this energy. Okay. So that's what you need to work on in order to honor your higher self, your true path. Okay, so I hope that helped. Okay, so just checking YouTube, checking Facebook to make sure there's no questions. Okay, you're so welcome. Blessings. Okay, next person, Tiffany. Tiffany, right on time. Hold on. All these cards dropped. Okay, Tiffany is next. Hold on, Kelly. Kelly, you will be after Tiffany. So I know you've been here for a minute. Hold on, Amelia. I got you. Okay, Tiffany. Does Amanda miss me? Thanks for the gifts and the hearts. So welcome, Kelly. Tiffany, does Amanda miss me? Spirit team of Tiffany, thank you. Speak truth to power. Give us love, light, grace, thank you. Mercy. Infinite wisdom and knowledge. Crazy because I just got a vision of my adoptive hometown. And specifically, I was going to buy a house on the beach. And that town really proved to be toxic, with a lot of low vibrational situations. And I outgrew it, right? And I've been traveling for the past 7 years, right? So there are, and that's a very beautiful spot. So there could be things about her that you miss, but consider. So let's see what Spirit says in full. Spirit team of Amanda, speak truth to power about her relationship. Lord, I missed your question. Okay. Spirit team of, did I ask Spirit team of Amanda? Spirit team of Amanda, speak truth to power. Give us insight on whether she misses Tiffany. Is this a romantic connection? Tiffany says, I just moved to a different state and it's toxic here too. Okay. Mm. So, now I didn't know that you moved to a new state, right? And so the vision that Spirit gave me was so that I can understand how to put it to you. So it has nothing to do with your physical location. It has to do with moving on to your true destiny, right? And right now, Amanda is not it. Like if you told me I had to move back to my adoptive home city, I would suffocate because it's not big enough. It's mentally I would suffocate there, right? Because of what I'm doing takes a different amount of energy, right? And so when you think about um, Amanda, um, this relationship is not big enough. It's not going to be able to fill your love purpose. All right. So you already have embarked on this new journey. This is the Fool. I don't know why you moved out of state, but this is a travel card. This is being more carefree. Hey, Maximilio. If you have a question, put the question in the chat, please. Um, and this there's a small line. And so this is carefree. This is really trusting and believing in the Most High, whatever you call the Most High, and um, trusting this new beginning using your intuition. Your intuition is going to be very important. There are lessons that you need to learn and understand about your relationship with Amanda, right? When we are in a relationship, and whether things are working or not, there are always going to be lessons attached. When we move on and we do not learn the lesson, then that lesson's going to resurface either in that person and or someone else. That's a negative cycle, right? So it's really important that you embrace and learn the lessons without pointing fingers. You have to be non-biased regarding yourself, the person, or the people in the peripherals, and just really take note and try to figure out what your lesson is. And then there's going to be good luck and good fortune in your romantic life. What you give is what you're going to get, right? When you give to your romantic life, high vibrationally, all these cards are high vibrational cards, right? When you give high vibrational and you're honest, you're going to receive high vibrational back. But there is a mental stuckness when it comes to your love purpose. This is a self-imposed prison. Now that you've moved on, you're still thinking about Amanda, right? There's a stuckness. There is a thought pattern that is um, beneath your station, right? This is the have nots of the have and the have nots equation, right? Five of coins. Well, you know what? Five of coins is half of 10 coins. 10 coins is the most that we can get. That's the power couple card. Okay, half, I'm doing good. But notice, you're in poverty. You're out in the cold. You don't even have the 5 coins. The 5 coins are with the church, right? So this is a poverty mindset. So when it comes to your love purpose, you have a poverty mindset and your mental thought is keeping you stuck. The way that you think about this relationship is keeping you out of receiving your your happiness, your happy home, your happy life, your true happy station in life. Meeting someone that sees you for who you are, you guys are eye to eye. You guys put your best foot forwards. It's reciprocal. This is a healthy love, and the good spirits are bringing you together, right? So there's work that you need to do per spirit in order to get that type of love, right? So that means that you really have to think about what the true lesson was in that relationship. You might want to take our course, Speak Lord More Than a Tarot course. We can teach you how to navigate by teaching you how to use the tarot yourself. You don't have to come and rely on somebody to be on live or seeing someone pull and say, okay, I'm going to ask a question. Ask spirit yourself. Open up that relationship with spirit so that you can start learning about yourself, learning about your path, and therefore learning about your potential person. Okay, I hope that helped. Okay, one second, Maximilio. There's another person in line on TikTok. I already promised. Um, Kelly. Will I get a full-time job by the end of the year? Okay, hold on. Shuffling the energies and the cards. I just saw the Nine of Swords. Let's see how that plays out. Spirit team of Kelly, speech power. Give us love, light, grace. Thank you. Give us mercy. Give us the highest good message regarding her career. Will she find a full-time job before the end of this year, 2025? There's something funky going on. You need advisement. Mm. Okay. Yeah, Kelly, I saw the Nine of Swords while I was shuffling, and so I said that is the anxiety card. It is low vibrational thought processes, anxiety, and I'm not a healthcare mental health provider, so I'm not speaking from that perspective. I'm speaking strictly from a spiritual perspective. Anxiety is literally the lack of faith, right? And faith without work is dead. So you have to work on your spirituality in order to bring yourself out of that vibration, right? I always get Seven of Swords when I ask my friends to do readings on my career. Yeah, you need advice, right, from somebody who's unbiased and tapped into spirit. Because there is a deception that's here. Your thought processes is stealing from yourself. You really, you're focused on the wrong things. Why are you focused? Think about, why are you focused on your career, right? And are you focusing on the right career, right? Are you just trying to get a job to make ends meet, or are you centered around your purpose? Everybody has a love purpose, a work purpose, things that they are called to do to make themselves whole. And if we keep trying to just get a job, well, then we're defeating ourselves. We're robbing ourselves, and we're never going to be happy. We're going to continue to be low vibrational and, low vibrational thought wise and emotionally. These are your two centered cards, right? So your quest to get a job before the end of the year does not seem like it is aligned with your purpose. Um, this needs to stop, right? The Ten of Swords comes after the Nine of Swords. And like I said, I saw the Nine of Swords. That's your anxiety. You have to put an end to this in order to have a victorious new beginning. Ten of Swords is essentially the Ace of Swords. Just a couple of more steps, and it's the Ace of Swords. It's an ending wrapped around to a new beginning, right? Spirit wants to rule in your favor. They want to turn things in your favor, right? But you have to invest. You have to accept the lessons that are attached so that you can move towards clearer waters, right? Getting out of that Nine of Swords energy, that Seven of Swords energy, taking a step back so that you can go towards clearer waters, right? And you got the Lover's card here. What is your love life like? Because here it's stating that you're ignoring your love life, focusing on other things, and then here's the Lover's card. Well, anytime you said that you always get the Seven of Swords, right? And I saw the Nine of Swords in the shuffle, right? So Spirit made me aware of your anxiety, and you said you have anxiety. So off the bat, I already told you, per Spirit, you have to raise that vibration. You cannot be in that low vibration because that low vibration is going to attract low vibrational outcomes. That's number one off the bat. Two, you need to make sure that you are going towards your divine work purpose and not just getting a job. So some people will get a bread and butter job to make ends meet while they are working on developing their purpose. But if you're only working to make ends meet, then you're not, and that job is not connected to your purpose, then you're going to be off kilter. And you're going to continue this energy. You may want to take our course, Speak Lord More Than a Tarot course. We will teach you how to tap in, how to learn how to listen to spirit, how to read the cards in order to do that, and to be on your purpose. All right. Otherwise, if you could find another way to do it, but you're going to continue to be on that cycle. So if I believe and advocate for myself and make sure I'm excited by what I have, no, it's way more than that. It's way more than that. Believe what? What's your purpose? Right? You could believe being the next Beyonce and country music is your purpose or what you should advocate for. That does not mean that is your purpose, right? So there is no magical answer. And from that, the way that you summarize what I just said means that it went way over your head, right? No. Now Kelly is saying if I enjoy what I do, that is only a small part of your purpose. And tonight's live, it's way too much to break down. The way that you're surmising things is indicative that you don't have a deeper understanding about your spiritual self, right? And spiritual law. You need to learn that in order to understand what I'm saying, right? You need to be in touch with your purpose. And if you don't know what your purpose is, you need to learn how to get to understand what your purpose is. It's way more than enjoying what you do. That is just a part of it, because there are plenty of things that you can enjoy doing and it's not your purpose. Okay. So I hope that helped, honey. Click the link. Click the link, honey. Click the link. Like, a lot of people want the fast answers, and there are no fast answers. There are people who can get insights and turn it into something because they're already, thank you for the likes, because they're already deep on their path to healing. And they can take that insight and add it to their spiritual and practical backpack. But if you are not deep in your spiritual understanding and healing, then you're going to continue on cycles that you're on. Okay. Just for everybody to know, we do have a course. It's called Speak Lord, More Than a Tarot course. I teach you how to use these bad boys yourself. You become your own spiritualist. You understand what God has for you. And I teach a very specific process in order for people to elevate in their purpose. Okay. Maximiliano, are you still on YouTube? Maximiliano is next. You're so welcome, Callie. Hey, Maria. Yes, Maria, there's a small line. There's a small line, Maria. Maximiliano, are you still here? Max, are you still here? I am going to count to 5. If Max does not answer, I'm going to the next. Okay. Maximiliano wants to know what's coming towards me. My new job that I started this month. Thank you. Spirit team and Maximiliano, speak truth to power, give us love, light, grace, mercy, infinite wisdom, and knowledge. Please decrease me and increase you so that you can give the insight that they need to hear and they can take and make something beautiful from it. Okay, Maximiliano, in the past, there has been conflict in your work life, could be personal life as well, some way, shape, or form. And this conflict comes from outsiders. And these people are clashing with your purpose and you moving forward, right? These people what they've done may be living rent free in your head as well, right? You need to give that to God, right? Because God wants to rule in your favor in this new position, right? But you need to be aware that this type of energy in the past can follow you if you allow it to live rent free in your head. So you need to clear this energy, right? And by clearing this energy, you can spiritually cleanse this energy, understand what God has for you in this position, continue to do the work spiritually as well as practically in order for this to manifest on earth. So in this job, you have great things that you can manifest, but you have to deal with this past treachery that has been living rent free in your head, so it does not follow you here. So there is work that you need to do in order for this to happen. Okay. Speak wellness into existence. Speak it out loud, right? God wants to rule in your favor and give you the victory in this job. Call it into existence. That's the first thing. Call it into existence. Okay. So I hope that helped. Okay. Does anybody else have a question on YouTube or on TikTok? First person to put the question in the chat box. Put the question in. You're so welcome, Maximiliano. Best wishes. Maria, why did you retract your message? Okay, Amelia, will my relationship with my daughter Sarah heal? Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry you guys are going through that. That's a yes, but there's work that has to be done. Okay? So this is an emissary for the king, right? And he goes out um to do the work for the kingdom. He may have to go to another kingdom to speak on the kingdom's behalf, right? And he's on the surface, he's impartial, but of course, he's working for the kingdom. So a diplomat has to seem like they're impartial when they're going to a kingdom so that they can gain their trust. So when you are talking to someone regarding your daughter, when you're talking directly to her, messaging her, whatever, you have to be diplomatic, right? And sometimes as a parent, that's difficult to do, right? But that's something that you have to master in order to have success. Hold on. Hey, Tyler, hold on. Spirit team of Amelia, speech of the power, give us love, light, grace, mercy, infinite wisdom, and knowledge. Will her connection with Sarah heal? Decrease me and increase you. Okay. So there is a lot of anxiety, depression, and fear um, that has occurred already. You definitely have to raise this vibration. In order for this to heal, your vibration has to be addressed regarding this. Absolutely. With time, the good spirits will help things turn in your favor, but this has to be addressed. Look at the energies within the colors that are different from the Nine of Swords, low vibrational energy, compared to this spiritual card, the Wheel of Fortune, right? Which shows you that your energy has to change, right? In order for the good spirits to rule in your favor. Because swords are thought cards, right? And these are low vibrational thoughts, right? So what we think influences what we say. What we say influences what we do. What we do determines the outcomes. So if you start with negative thoughts, you're eventually going to get to a negative outcome. So this has to be addressed. Once that is addressed, yes, God is going to give you a new opportunity. The door is going to open for this to heal, right? Transformation has to happen. You have to change. The situation has to change, and she has to change, right? There is a lot of moping and emotional energy regarding the losses, things said, things done. And so if you keep focusing on the spilled milk and the negative low vibrational energy, you're going to ignore the love, right? So that's a part of the issue, right? You have to get to the love. You have to stop moping and mourning over the things that were lost. Turn around, pick up these two cups. The two cups represent love. And you need to focus on the love, and boom, Look at that new opportunity. God is in control. God gave you her. And she willingly came to you as your daughter when she was in spirit, knowing everything that the family was working with. You, her dad, both family lineages, and she was willing to be your daughter in order to make a change, to make a difference. But when we're born and we're in the muck and mire of our family business, we get deterred, right? We end up falling into the cycle, right? And so that love that she has for you before she was even born, to be chosen to be your daughter and to accept that challenge, needs to be honored. And yes, this can be healed. Absolutely. I'm glad you understand. Awesome, Amelia. Best wishes, babes. Okay, next person. Put your question in the chat. Ah, perfect, perfect, perfect. Let me screenshot that. I got to start screenshotting. Oops, there we go. Perfect. Hey, no. Blessings to you too. You're so welcome. Anybody else have a question? Going once? Going twice? Tyler, will I get into a relationship with Caleb? Okay, hold on, Ty. Six of Swords. Let's see how that plays out. Spirit team of Tyler, speak truth to power, give us love, light, grace, mercy, infinite wisdom, and knowledge. Will I get into a relation? Well, Tyler, not me. Get into a relationship with Caleb. Keep you and Caleb's business out the streets. Stay out the streets yourself, but keep your business out the streets. You have to build a foundation in order to secure this. So there is a great possibility, per your spirit team, that is God, your high vibrational ancestors, your spirit guides, archangels, ascended masters. They are saying yes, but secure the foundations and keep people out your shit, right? In the past, you have had relationships and you know what worked for you and what does not, right? You really need to spend some time mulling over this, not in a low vibrational way, but in a control, you're in control. And you're really seeking to grow, because here you have 7 of coins, right? And 7 coins is like a C, right? 7 out of 10. And you have these past experiences that have taught you a lot. And so if you use this, right, you can grow the 7 of coins to a 10 of coins. That's a power couple relationship, right? If you do this correctly. And here you have the honest cup of love that's being delivered. And here you have winning, right? 6 of Wands. So if you do the work, build the foundation, use your past experience in a high vibrational way to guide you, yes, you can have a great love with Caleb. This can elevate really quickly, but again, you want to secure those foundations. Okay, so I hope that helped. Okay, anybody else with the question? Anybody else with the question? I appreciate the likes, the comments, the shares. You're so welcome. Best wishes, babes. Okay. So my name is Randa. I'm a spiritual educator. We have a course called Speak Lord, More Than a Tarot course, where I teach you how to use the tarot to speak to high vibrational entities in your life. God, your spirit team, the good angels that works for God, that pushes your life forward for you to go from wherever you're at, wherever you came from, and go towards your blessings. Okay. You can be your very own spiritualist, breaking generational curses and negative cycles. The course, we have premium seats where you can start immediately, and we also have free seats. The date of the course is to be announced, but the premium members get to start one-on-one supports and small group supports before the class starts. Okay. If you're interested, click the link in the description box and the bio, depending on what app you're on. Okay, that is it for me tonight. I thank everybody for coming through, asking questions, being open, reciprocating to me via comments, likes, words of encouragement, and clicking that link for the course. Okay. Oh, by the way, premium members, we had over 80% off of the price of the course. Now we're at over 60% off, and the price is going to continue to increase, right? The free seats are going to continue to be free. But it does not, the free seats do not have all of the bells and whistles and opportunities that the free course has. Okay? But everybody takes the same course. Hey, Paula, welcome. All right. So that is it. Remember, people, stay out them streets. A lot of shit is going on. Stay out them streets. Reminder from Spirit. Stay out them streets. I'm going to end YouTube.